Richard, you shouldn't have.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
What is this piece of crap? I thought I told you I wanted a Rolex! A Rolex! What? Sir? What do you want?
I'm actually really excited about this watch. I've been looking for like a steel and gold watch for quite a while. This is probably the best value if you want a steel and gold watch with at least part of the watch is real 18 karat gold. And this certainly has the look. I mean, it's flat. It's got the look of the Rolex Day Date. I mean, this is literally the closest thing you can find to a Rolex Day Date on the market. Even if you wanted to buy a Rolex Day Date, even if you can get one at retail, first thing I should say is they're all precious metal watches. They're all like either platinum or gold or full gold, so they're all starting at about $37,000. I think that's the cheapest one, and that's crazy money. That's like you're filthy rich. But if you don't want to buy, like, go into like the used watch market where you can probably find a steel and gold Day Date, and you want to buy something new, then Tudor has the Glamour. So Tudor has the Glamour Date Day or the Glamour Date. This is the Date Day. So this has the date and day complication, making it, I mean, in my opinion, the more desirable one to buy. As far as the look of it, I mean, you got the you can get this in a black dial, I believe you can. I think it also comes in a silver dial as well. So you don't have to get the full flashy champagne dial, but I figured if I was going to buy a steel and gold watch, I'm just going to go all the way. I'm going to get the champagne dial with that beautiful sunburst finish that you could probably see right now. Another reason why I like this watch is that it's a 39 millimeter. I think 39 millimeter is the perfect size for my wrist. It's just a happy medium. 41 is too big. 36 is kind of on the, I mean, I could make it work. I could make a 36 work, but the 39 is like the perfect size for me. And I mean, it's just beautiful. I'm the kind of guy that always looks for value in watches. I don't necessarily go to what's the hot new thing. I try to find stuff that's like underappreciated, things that people overlook. And when you find things that are overlooked, you can find good deals. And this was an excellent deal. I think this thing retails at about $3,800. I paid about $2,300 or so in change with tax. So a hell of a good deal. Obviously, I forego having papers since I purchased it from a non-AD. I always do like a calculation whether or not to go gray market or not. Obviously, when I bought my Tudor Black Bay 58925, I bought it at an AD because the discount didn't justify going through the gray market. If I see a discount of like close to 45% on a watch, I'm not going to pay the premium just to go to an AD and get the papers when I have no intention of selling this watch in the near future or even in the long term. So that's my calculation. That's how I look at the gray market. And this, I should say that this has the ETA movement, which makes it a breeze to service anyway. So this isn't the in-house like Tudor movement, making it, in my opinion, just a more practical watch to own, given that you kind of can take it anywhere and pretty much any reputable watchmaker can probably service it for you if you need to.
As many of you know, Tudor is a Swiss manufacturer of luxury wristwatches based in Geneva, Switzerland, most known for being the sister company of Rolex. Registered in 1926 by Hans Wilsdorf, the founder of Rolex, Wilsdorf stated on the founding of Tudor, "For some years now, I have been considering the idea of making a watch that our agents could sell at a more modest price than our Rolex watches, and yet one that would attain the standard of dependability for which Rolex is famous. I decided to form a separate company with the object of making and marketing this new watch. It is called the Tudor Watch Company." As it currently does to this day, Tudor watches were originally equipped with off-the-shelf movements while using Rolex quality cases and bracelets, allowing it to provide the reliability and dependability of Rolex but at a lower price. Some of the more notable developments in the brand include in 1952 the release of the self-winding Tudor Prince. It used a Rolex self-winding mechanism. Tudor Oyster Princes were included in the 1952 British scientific expedition to Greenland. The adoption of the oyster case and self-winding rotor facilitated Tudor's move into the production of tool watches. The French Navy, also known as the Marine Nationale, was involved in field research for a Tudor diving watch. From the 1960s to the 1980s, watches were supplied to the French Navy in bulk without bracelets, so that all were worn with military-issued straps. Tudor launched its first diving watch in 1954, the Oyster Prince Submariner, waterproof to 100 meters. This was increased to 200 meters by 1958. Over the decades, Tudor became well known for its tool watches, producing watches for professional divers in the military. Between the 1960s and 1980s, several navies issued Tudor submariners to their divers, including the US Navy SEALs and the French Marine Nationale. Further developments brought features like snowflake hands that have been reintroduced into Tudor's diving watches of today. The precursor to the watch featured in this video, the Tudor Glamour. In many regards, the Tudor Glamour shares a lot of the classic styling from the Tudor Oyster Prince Date+Day, which was produced from 1969 onwards. The Tudor Glamour and before it were the Tudor Oyster Prince Date+Day. It was Tudor's answer to the Rolex Day-Date. It was also in 1969 where Tudor moved away from the Tudor Rose as their logo in favor of the shield, a symbol of solidity and unfailing reliability. So here we are again. This is my latest acquisition. I'm kind of at a point where with this one I'm kind of feeling calm. I was always looking for the next watch, and I think I recently counted the amount of watches that I bought in the last maybe eight months or so, and this would make number 18. I think I need to, I think at this point I'm very happy with my collection. Not to say that I won't buy another watch or review another watch on the channel. I'm just gonna take a little break because I'm happy where I am, and I think you'll understand why. So let's go ahead and open this thing. I've been looking forward to it. This is almost an impulse buy, I would say, as many many of my watch purchases are kind of impulse buys. I see a good deal and I just jump on it. And I'm glad I did, because after I placed my order, the watch went out of stock. I guess they only had one of them left. So let's just get this thing undone. But before we continue, wristwatch check, Black Bay 58925. I think you'll see why I chose this watch for this particular unboxing. Get this out of the way here. Let's see. We got another Tudor. This will be my third and last Tudor for a while, unless something really special comes out. I think I've at this point I've curated with this watch. I feel like I've made a pretty curated and nice Three Tudor collection. Still coming in, I'd say, under the price of one 36mm Explorer, around the same price, or maybe a hair over, but still pretty good. 3 watches instead of just one. And so let's see. Moment of truth here. It's weird, it was just under the pillow there. Oh wow. What's on the heavier side? This is the Tudor Glamour with the champagne dial, steel and gold. I've been wanting to buy like a gold watch for a while. This is why I feel happy with my collection. I finally have. I had like the silver. This watch has a silver case, obviously, but I wanted something with gold. I kind of have a thing with gold watches. I feel that they need to be. A lot of people may disagree with me, but I can't have a PVD coated gold watch. It just feels like I'm trying to pass on for something that costs a lot more. I need at least something on the watch to be, solid gold. And in this case, it's the bezel. I believe the links are, sometimes in Tudors they do a very thick, kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to explain it. It's just a very thick coating on the links. I believe the crown is solid gold as well. So let me just take this off so we can get a There we go. They get a better view of that beautiful champagne dial. So I wanted to get something that's a little different, something that most people don't have, or something that flies under the radar. I also look for really good value, and I did a lot of digging, trust me. And this is one of the cheaper. When you're looking at luxury watch brands, this is the cheapest watch with like solid gold, it's like a solid gold bezel. And another reason why I like this watch is because it is the successor to the Tudor Prince, which is a watch that basically was Tudor's answer to the Datejust watch, so the Rolex Datejust. And it's just basically the Tudor Prince had the same case as the Datejust. Some of the older Tudor Princes had like a Rolex crown, but man, this thing is flashy. And the reason why I like this is just it gave me like a little slice of that old school Tudor watch that I've been kind of like wanting, because I feel like I have the Black Bay, and I have the 1926. So I feel like I got my bases covered now. But man, this thing is beautiful. I've been wanting something. I wanted the champagne dial because I just wanted it to feel. I wanted to have something sort of on the same wavelength as like a Datejust, or I guess in this case it would be the day date. I love the fact that I love that this is the day date. I love that there's a little bit of lume on the hands there. This watch is 39 millimeters, so it's a good size for my wrist. It's the same diameter as the Tudor Black Bay that I have, the 928, 925. But man, does it have its own personality. And I think this thing is arguably one of the most, in my 1926 video, I said that this is probably one of the most underrated watches in the Tudor collection. I actually think that the Glamour is even more underrated. I guess maybe some people might be turned off by like the bezel is both like stainless steel and has the outer edge. The outer bezel is the solid gold part. I think I really like it. I think it works really well. The bracelet has like brushed stainless steel, polished stainless steel, and like polished gold right in the middle. So it has like three different finishes. And look at that, catch that light there. This is really cool. You know, when I unboxed this thing, I wasn't entirely sure I was going to keep it. I really wanted to get it up and get a really good look at it, but I think I'm liking it. So it came with a little user manual and a nice little pillow here, and that's it. There is the item number if you're interested. This is the M56003005005, I should say. There's a little close-up of the dial there with that nice sunburst champagne dial. Obviously you got the day and date there. So this has an ETA movement, or I think it's ETA, not a Solita, and that's why it has the smiley face on the bottom there. Obviously Swiss made. You can get a nice view of the beautiful gold bezel there. Man, I think this is really nice. You know, and they sell another variant of this with I forgot the name of the dial, but it has a bit of it is a champagne dial, but it has more of a texture to it. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll put it up on the screen. And I just like the old school like sunburst version. I really love the very basic and Spartan, you know, almost Rolex-esque this case back. Very, very Spartan, very limited writing, just Tudor, Geneva, and Swiss, with the 3 Tudor shields. The Tudor Black Bay 41 and 36 steel and gold. The new ones have like a Jubilee bracelet that I think it has 2 rows of gold links. So this is a little different in that regard. You know, I like the fact that it's different. I kind of like, you know, sometimes I just like, I mean, with my Black Bay 58, I got something that was very, very popular. But I didn't get the normal Black Bay 58. I got something a little different in the 925, which is probably I think it's a way lower production model, from my understanding. I could be wrong. I think
I mean, I'm pretty sure they make a lot more of the steel in Black Bay 58s than the 925. But I just, you know, I like stuff that, first of all, I like looking for value, like I mentioned, and I like stuff that just stands out, stuff that's different, stuff that not everybody has. You probably never see these in the wild, and again, I think they're totally underappreciated and you should see them in the wild because I think they're a hell of a good watch. So I'm sizing my watch right now, and I can tell that it's a very thick layer of gold. It's not solid gold links in the middle. It's basically like any other Tudor gold bracelet. You can see that there's a pretty, you know, thick layer of gold, but it's not. It's stainless steel. It's gold like rolled around the steel link, but it's a thick layer of gold. It's not just a coating. So it'll hold up a lot better than like a PVD coating or something. Well, actually, now that I have them all three together, I think I have a hell of a nice. This makes a really good collection. You got this. You kind of like got the sportier dress watch because this is a 41, almost 42 millimeter. You got the straight up dress watch. I mean, steel and gold champagne dial. It doesn't get much more dress watch than that. And then you have like the dressy diver. I mean, one can argue that I don't have like a more rugged, like or more of a rugged like a Tudor, but then I have my diver. It's just kind of like a dressier one. It's got the leather strap, and it's a silver case. I guess probably my like more beater like rugged one is the 926. Again, this probably, even though it is a dress watch, it is probably the sportiest one. Even though this is a diver, but it's so nice and so dressy at the same time. I mean, I wear this one to work and absolutely love it. But yeah, I think I've curated like the perfect Tudor trio, and at a very reasonable price. I know that they just announced a lot of the new steel and gold Black Bay, Black Bay steel and gold models that are, you know, the dress watch version of it. They just announced a bunch of those with different sizes. I like the fact that they announced because before you could only get a 36 and a 41, and I always, even though I could probably pull off a 36, I always liked the 39 millimeter size more, and that's the one I would have gotten had I gone for a Black Bay, one of those Black Bay steel and golds that just came out. But they were $5,000, and this was less than half the price. You know, I'm the kind of guy that likes a really good value, and this gives me everything I want. And I also really, really like the fact that this is like a real nice homage to the, to the day-date. And this is the spiritual successor of the Tudor Prince, and I absolutely love that watch with the fluted bezel and all that stuff. But this is sort of like the next iteration of that. But with this watch, I think Tudor was going for let's not be such a blatant copy of Rolex. Let's do our own thing. So they came up with this glamour watch, and this is why. And then again, I guess it didn't sell very well because these things you can find them at really big discounts. If you're not so much into the steel and gold, you can get it in full stainless steel, which I think is a really nice watch as well, and probably a watch that's overlooked a lot. And you still do have a little bit of lume, so there is a little bit of there's a little bit of practicality with this watch as well. So it's not just a straight up dress watch. So you got that little bit of lume on the hands. It's such a beautiful dial. Look at that thing. I just sized it up, and I only had to remove one link, which is nice. I can confirm screw down links for this thing, and I love how different it is. And there's a nice little clasp there. I'm kind of at a loss of words. I like it so much. There's a wrist shot by the window, so you can kind of, and it's a little overcast today, so it still looks pretty awesome. So let's take some quick weight of the watch real quick. Let's see. Looking at about 156 grams, which I'd say it's pretty good, sizable weight for a 39 millimeter watch. Okay, so I've got my calipers out. Let me make sure we're zero that out there. And let's do a quick little
width there. About 39 right there on the no. Right. The hair under 39, so that pretty much confirms 39. Let's do a quick little width. 10.5, pretty thin, for nice and thin for the dress well, fit right under your cuff. Yeah, it looks like it's about 21-ish. So not the best, I wouldn't call this a strap monster, but I mean, if you're buying a steel and gold watch, honestly, I mean, I would definitely just, if you're buying it on a bracelet, you know, you're paying for this extra gold and stuff, you might as well just keep it on the bracelet. You can probably just find the watch without a bracelet, or, you know, I'm just, yeah, so 20.5, that's definitely a 21. Let's try a little 20.6 there. So yeah, those are the measurements.
So I just put it on the Timegrapher and it's incredibly accurate. I'm getting +3 seconds per day. This is actually the most accurate Tudor I own. It's even more accurate than my cost certified Black Bay 58 925. So yeah, pretty cool. And this has the ETA movement in it.
Yeah, please leave in the comments whether you like this watch or not. Or do you think, did I make a huge mistake in not getting the new one of the new Black Bay steel and golds? I really think this is a really good option given the price, given the heritage. You know what this watch is trying to be. It's like it's very much its own watch. You know, and everybody's going for the Black Bay this, Black Bay that. They're just going to be selling nothing but Black Bays, and I kind of wanted to step out of that, even though I did buy my Black Bay 58 down there.
If you have any questions about the watch, feel free to leave them in the comments. It'd be really awesome if you can like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.